Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about two new Serge Lutens scents that I just purchased, and they are Fleurs d'Oranger, which I told you I was going to buy a few videos ago, and the new thing, the truly new thing for me is Feminité du bois. Now, Feminité du bois I've never smelled before, but Fleurs d'Oranger I'm pretty familiar with. I still haven't given it any wears, but yeah, we're still going to talk about it. And let's see, I'm going to start with Fleurs d'Oranger because I want to really get into this fragrance. Fleurs d'Oranger is something I smelled for the first time a few years ago. It was somewhere around 2018, and I remember thinking, when I was smelling it, I remember thinking this was one of the most, or the most gorgeous orange blossom smells I've ever smelled before. And I think that statement is definitely still true. My all-time orange blossom favorite orange blossom scent is Fleurs du Mal by Jean-Paul Gaultier, or I should say by Francis Kurkdjian, because I truly think that when it comes to orange blossom, there's no other quite as Francis Kurkdjian, right? However, in my quest to replace Fleurs du Mal, I was sampling a lot of orange blossoms, and most of them I really liked. I remember liking Van Cleef & Arpels Gardenia Petal, which, apart from being a gardenia smell, is also a very gorgeous and generous and floral and lush and plush orange blossom scent. Now, I think that Fleurs d'Oranger is quite in that sort of vein. It is very floral. Orange blossom usually is the middle way between a citrus scent and a white floral scent. Why not? Here, I think what Serge Lutens, or I should say Christopher Sheldrake, managed to do is create the entirety, to create the impression of the whole orange flower, because it has green aspects as well, which are gorgeous. They're green, fresh aspects, almost like petit grain, which is also a product of the orange tree. It's the little stems and leaves, and very young leaves, steam distilled. Okay, so I think that's also present, but the citrusy aspects aren't very pronounced, although Fleurs d'Oranger is a very fruity scent as well. However, what's striking to me is the florals in this scent. I don't think, if we look on the notes, I don't think we'll see many other things beside orange blossom. Oh, I was wrong. Okay, so we have also, besides orange blossom, we have jasmine and tuberose, and I should say they are quite present, because I don't think you can truly create this sort of a velvety white floral without using these two as well. And this is why I say it's quite similar to that Gardenia Petal from Van Cleef & Arpels, because that's also, as I said, it's a gardenia mostly. And then you've got citrus neroli, which is, orange blossom, white rose. I don't know if white roses smell differently. I saw in a different review black rose. I don't know what that means. Maybe they're imaginary scents. Cumin, hibiscus, musky, and woody notes. That is to say, what we're smelling here is a citrus white floral with musky, green, and maybe a few woody undertones. But let me tell you, this is gorgeous. It is something I really enjoy having. I'm glad. I was planning on, as soon as I smelled it, I knew I had to have it, and it's been so many years, and it's finally gotten its turn. This is something else, let me tell you. It is gorgeously done, and it's almost, you know, that honey smell that's present in most of Serge Lutens fragrances. It's definitely here, but it's orangey, white floral honey. I can't get away from this. It's so addictive. I'm just looking at that cumin note and focusing very, very hard to see if there's something resembling a cumin note, but I can't find it just yet. Although I do have to say, it being a honey smell, there's some sweetness, underlying animalic almost sweetness behind all of this. And it's definitely, you know, because of that jasmine, it's definitely a bit indolic. All white florals tend to have this indolic feature, which is a bit bitter, phenolic almost. It's fecal, right? But it definitely contributes to painting the whole picture. And it's just stunning. There's also a bit of a violet scent. There's a lipsticky vibe to this. This is outstanding. I mean, I don't know what to say more about this. It's just, I have no words. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Okay, so I'm going to stop gushing now and move on to Feminité du Bois, because I have a feeling I'll be gushing over that one as well, because of course I will. And let's see what Feminité du Bois is all about, because unfortunately I'm not familiar with the Shiseido version. As you all may know, Feminité du Bois is a fragrance created by Christopher Sheldrake and Pierre Bourdon in 1992 for the brand Shiseido. Well, you may know this. I had no idea about this. Well, I did, but I haven't smelled the original fragrance, and that's gone. That's no longer available. So that's that. And you can tell me all about it in the comments, how this version created in 2009 isn't the same. Tell me all about it. I love hearing that. However, it's what we got. All right? So we're gonna smell this. I'm gonna let you know what I think. I love crafting myself these bottles. I love this. All right, let's see what Feminité du Bois is all about. First impressions, hot takes. I'm expecting something woody, right? I mean, it's Feminité du Bois, the femininity of wood. Oh no. Now, I knew I was going to like it, but I wasn't expecting this. Oof. It's so gorgeous. The opening was very ambery, almost boozy-like. I was smelling the first top notes of Ambre Sultan. But what follows is this floral, I suppose, dare I say, rosy violet smell? Orange blossom, maybe, because it's colorful, right? It's deep purples, deep reds, but also creamy whites trapped in amber with spicy vanilla undertones, a bit of cinnamon. It's Christmassy at some point. That is to say, piney and spicy and orangey. God, there's so many things. This is very complex. But I think freshness is the most, important aspect. It's very, very fresh. Let's look at the page. The page for this. My goodness, the notes. All right, so the notes are plum, Virginia cedar, cinnamon. Glad I picked that on up. Peach, clove, ginger, violet. That's right. Ylang, rose, African orange blossom. That's right. Sandalwood, benzoin, musk, and vanilla. Now, if this changed, and if it changed much, I'm really curious to smell the vintage version now. Because as it is, this is really something else. I mean, I'm really glad this was on my list. I'm really, really glad I tried this. And I can't believe I have it. I feel so special now. This is so beautiful. And I'm looking at that clove note, and it's definitely there, but that's vanilla. I don't think the clove note is necessarily carnation here. I think it's the vanilla. There is something about this, however, that does remind me of Fleurs Bleues. Me and my Fleurs Bleues, I don't know what to say, people. Whenever I feel, I see this combination of orange blossom, musk, vanilla, clove, violets, it's there. It's like, but it's more, it's spicier. The cinnamon is quite prominent in this one, and it's piney and camphorous and fresh. My God, this is ferociously beautiful. Have to try it on the skin. It's the last video for today, so I might as well indulge. Love the color of the fragrance, the perfume. It's a rich violet, almost like a plum, right? I think it's a plum. Oh God, on the skin is just, my God, this is so 90s. It's so nostalgic. It's like, God, how can I liken it to something? But it's so familiar to me. I might have smelled Feminité du Bois and not know it. But it still feels like a Serge Lutens, if you know what I mean. Or at least it feels like a Christopher Sheldrake. They could have launched this right now. The benzoin is there. With that sharp, camphorous caramel, burnt sugar, which is a lot more to say that it's very slightly sweet. It's not overly sweet. But it's got that medicinal benzoin. And together with the cloves and the cinnamon, they create this very, very spicy, ambery smell. I have to wait to truly focus on the sandalwood. I'm sure this has quite the trajectory, you know what I mean? It's a very, very complex scent, and I won't be able to do it justice in this video. But I'll get back to it. I will get back to it. Let me see what people are likening this to. Of course, Shiseido, then Dolce Vita. I haven't smelled that. And Plum Japonais. Oh God, so many references. And Bois de Violette from Serge Lutens, which I've yet to smell. There are so many things from Serge Lutens that I haven't smelled because unfortunately, they are not available to me. I wish I could smell them more and more. I mean, as I said before, I'm very, very excited to get into Serge Lutens. And I do have one other Serge Lutens on the way. I'm going to pick it up on Monday. Don't know when I'll be able to film, but It's coming. I just can't stop from getting further and further into Serge Lutens. I feel these are very, very, I don't know, almost underrated scents. I don't see people praising Serge Lutens as much as they praise, you know, other brands. I just sprayed Fleurs d'Oranger as well on the skin, because why not? Let's indulge. Oh my goodness. It's so velvety. A velvety orange blossom with distinct tuberose, sweet, almost minty, almost tropical. Gee, oh yeah, I love it. I love both of them. Let's see how they are in tandem. This, you know, in tandem, when you smell them one after the other, Feminité du Bois becomes lipsticky, violet, bubblegummy because of that orange blossom it has, which is a bit different from what you're smelling in Fleurs d'Oranger. And it's not as spicy. Interesting. Smells like something both delicate and intimate, and something quite bombastic, almost like a late 80s fragrance. But that cinnamon is just, my God, I'm a bit disappointed with myself because I cannot do this fragrance justice in this review. I feel that I can't. I feel that there are many more things to discover here. But I'm just taken aback by the complexity of this scent. And it's so resinous. No, it's too complex for my nose. I can't grasp it right now, which is such a shame. I will explore it. I will definitely wear this many days in a row, because it's something I feel the obsession coming. And also Obsession, right? Obsession by Calvin Klein. I think there's something, you know, that cinnamon, amber, there's something here. There's something from Opium by Yves Saint Laurent as well. It's that resinous, woody, floral thing. My God, what a complex scent. Such a beautiful creation. I'm so happy I got this. All right. And by comparison, Fleurs d'Oranger now smells like Lily of the Valley. Could you imagine, you know, they do affect each other. When you have two scents and you smell them one after the other, they do affect the way you perceive them. This smells like Lily of the Valley now, which is beautiful, fresh and green and happy. Oh, God. Did they want to create a Lily of the Valley Accord? I don't know. But it's here. I mean, gorgeous. I do need to stop myself here, because I feel that this is as far as I'll be able to get from these two scents right now. They'll definitely make an appearance again. At least Feminité du Bois will. And I'll let you know what else I discover. Now, as always, do let me know what you feel about these fragrances. I'm genuinely curious. And if you have any other questions, ask me in the comments. And until next time, remember, fragrance creates memories, and may yours be happy.